We're back to finish our conversation with Dennis Barrera, Assistant Director of Admissions for Montgomery County Community College. Dennis, thank you for spending the time and answering all our questions. We just have a few more things to ask you.
Thank you for having us.
So Dennis, about 2% of Montgomery County Community College's students are international students. Is the college looking to increase this number, decrease this number, or keep it the same?
We definitely want to increase this number. Global perspective is a big part of our core curriculum for all of our students, and it really adds to the campus experience. The prime example of this is next month, April 15th, will be our International Night. And then we'll have performances and food samplings from about 40 different countries, and it's a great time. But this really adds to not just the campus experience, but enriches our local communities overall. So the value that these international students bring to our campus, or that international students bring to our campus, is really immeasurable.
So to take the conversation in a slightly different direction just for a second, can you explain your college's financial aid policy for international students?
Okay. When we think of financial aid at the college, we really look at students who are either the U.S. citizens, permanent residents, or political asylees. With that being said, international students don't really qualify for that particular type of financial aid. Now, there are some part-time campus jobs that are on campus, that we do have on campus. There's not many of them. But one of the things I always remind the students to do is to really look at that tuition rate and then compare us to a lot of the other schools or a lot of the other options that are out there. And this is, once again, a great cost-effective way to meet your educational goals.
According to the American Association of Community Colleges, the group that advocates for community colleges throughout the U.S., there are about 1,100 community or two-year colleges spread out throughout the whole country. Some of these colleges are public, some of them are private, some of them don't even have community college in the name. So the question is, how similar or different are these 1,100 different schools?
Well, they're really similar in the fact that they offer two-year degrees. The differences that you'll see is when it comes to the true community colleges, they're going to be publicly funded, and they're going to be based with a certain locality or prefecture, usually within a state. So there's, here in southeast Pennsylvania, we have the Community College of Philadelphia that houses Philadelphia County and City. Then neighboring that is Delaware County Community College in Delaware County. Moving up those suburbs, you have ourselves, like Montgomery County Community College, and there are about 14 other community colleges just here in Pennsylvania, but they're separated by that county-style prefecture territory with the local funding from the local governments, state governments, etc., to keep our operations going. With that being said, there are also a few private institutions who are also providing a similar education. Case in point is Harcum College in, I believe it is in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Now Harcum, they offer the same two-year programs, but at a almost private institution tuition rate. So, you know, tuition there is about $20,000 a year, but they do have things like on-campus housing. So there's a lot of different options that students have when looking at just community colleges in general.
Dennis, with all of these options available to students, what advice can you give to help students find the right community college for them?
One of the things I would first look at is where would they like to study, the locality within the United States. There are community colleges all over the country that can definitely help them meet their educational goals. When looking at the different two-year colleges, also look at the tuition rate. How much are they investing in this, and what do they expect as far as their returns? For some students that say want to enter into one of our medical programs or health science programs, what are their career prospects going to be versus how much they actually pay to attend that college and earn that particular degree. So return on investment. I was a business major in my undergrad, so I always go back to that term quite a bit. The other piece of advice I would give to a lot of the students out there is also look at the four-year institutions if they're interested in getting a bachelor's degree that they would like to attend. It could be that there is a nearby community college where there is already a dual admissions or articulation agreement partnership already in place. If, for whatever reason, the student feels they can't enter that dream school or aspiring school that they would like to get into, the local community college that has that agreement could be an alternate means to still attain admission through a transfer process. So I would tell them to think about that as well.
And finally, similarly, is there any advice that you can share with international students who are about to go through this admissions process?
As I stated before in one of the other earlier in one of the other segments, is change your perception on college admissions overall and really go into it with a certain level of confidence. And I know it can be a very, like I said, anxious process to go through, but ask yourself the question as you know, why go out of your way to seem acceptable to all these colleges and universities when really it should also be these colleges and universities who should be going out of their way to be accepted by you.
Great. Well, Dennis, thank you again for taking the time to be with us today and to answer all of our questions and to really help out our student viewers.
Well, thank you for having me and talking about one of the amazing community colleges that we have here in the United States.
And students, we will be posting information about how you can connect with Dennis and Montgomery County Community College on the course site.